Guys, I just came from WrestleMania 40 Sunday about 5 hours ago, and I am still riding a high. So that means we have to do a review, and we have to do it right now. I know you're about to say, oh, but Suplex, where's WrestleMania Saturday's review? You didn't put up night one review. Where's that? Listen, the file corrupted. I needed to re-record it, and I could not put it up in enough time for that to go up first. So this is going next, okay? Shut up and let Papa Suplex take you on a ride, okay? Let's get into this review. And as I said earlier, I was at WrestleMania 40, nights 1 and night 2. As you can see in the background, a bit of a spoiler what happened. I will not allow y'all to keep slandering Philadelphia, saying, oh, the crowd was shit. Oh, we couldn't hear nothing. Oh, you guys were hot. No. Two things. One, it was goddamn cold outside. So our faces were frozen. And sometimes when things are not happening, we're not going to say anything because we're just frozen solid. And number two, I don't know if you guys know how outdoor stadiums work, but when you're in an indoor coliseum, sound travels because there's walls. So when, I don't know if you guys know how audio waves work, but when you say something, voice sound travels and it bounces off and it circulates around your ear. When you're outside, sound only travels upwards into the air. So sometimes when we're all cheering, it may not come across that well on TV because sound is just traveling upwards. So cut the shit, y'all, because I'm not going to keep letting y'all slander my city like this. I just won't allow it. I won't allow it. I also did take both my nephews with me to night 2, and they both enjoyed it very much. Okay, now let's get into the match card. The night started off with Seth Rollins defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre. Seth Rollins' entrance was just extravagant in all senses of the word. I feel like every year he wants to outdo himself with this entrance, and this one was just, I don't even know what to compare it to or what to call it. It was just colorful and boastful and imaginative, and I loved it. It really just painted a picture of how deep Seth Rollins is going with this character, going up against Drew, who's almost the polar opposite. Now, they had 2 matches in the past already, and those matches were good, but this one I thought was somewhere in the middle, not their best match, but also not like the least good of the 3, if that makes sense. Some cool reversals and some cool spots, but like nothing super out there. I think probably the highlight was like the bell rung and then Drew hit a Claymore at the very, very beginning of the match, and everyone thought this was going to be a squash, but it wasn't. And then it kept going, and I was like, okay, that's a hot way to start. I appreciate that. Seth kicked out of way more than I thought he probably should have, but overall, this match was really good. Drew McIntyre won the title and became the new champion for the moment. I say for the moment because right when this happened, I went to the bathroom. When I came back from the bathroom, Damian Priest was cashing in his Money to Bank briefcase, successfully doing so, becoming the new World Heavyweight Champion. About time Bisexual Undertaker won a title that's not the tag team titles. He's been holding on to that Money to Bank briefcase for months now and having these fake out cash-ins, and he finally gets it. And not only that, but I believe this is our first WrestleMania cash-in since 31. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been a while, and I'm happy that I was able to see it live. I would give this match 3.25 out of 5 stars. Largely, it was really good. The cash-in really tops it off. We had a 6-man tag match between Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament, Karrion Kross, and the Authors of Pain. It was a Philadelphia street fight, and the special guest referee for the match was Bully Ray. I guess Bubba Ray, since he's in WWE now, but you get the point. I mean, it's your basic, like, tornado tag match with weapons included. It wasn't anything to write home about, but I would say the best parts were the inclusion involving the women B-Fab and Scarlett. They had a table spot in there, and they were getting involved, and I thought that was, like, really, really cool, because then it kind of turned into, like, an 8-person tag overall. Also, the part with Karrion Kross and AOP whipping Bobby Lashley with the candlestick was a little crazy in my opinion, but that's just me. In the end, though, Montez Ford hit a frog splash, a beautiful, one of the best looking frog splashes I ever seen, onto Karrion Kross and got the win for his team. I'll give this match like 3.25 out of 5 stars. Like, yeah, it was a fun time, but I would say it was good at best. LA Knights versus AJ Styles was another match that I think fell right in the category of good and like pretty fair. Put it this way, it felt like a TV match. Nothing about this was really that special. LA Knights got the victory, and that was cool for him. I would give that match like 3 out of 5 stars. Also, AJ Styles, your theme song sucks. Please go back to Evil Ways or Demigods or anything but your new theme song. I hate it. Oh yeah, that's the graphic for LA Knight because he won. Logan Paul defended his United States Championship against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Logan Paul came out riding a large Ice Pop Prime bottle. He also came out with a Bloom Prime bottle mascot. And last year, WrestleMania 39, it was revealed to be KSI. This year, it was revealed to be Ice Show Speed, which never in my life did I think I would see Ice Show Speed tear it up in the ring or outside, metaphorically speaking, to Randy Orton. That was something I never had in my cards for any year, especially 2024. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton worked some really good tag team cohesion, except when they stopped and then they went up against each other, which was really fun. Logan Paul was really healing it up in this match. I absolutely love the crowd inclusion that I was a part of. We were literally chanting water and chanting Gatorade and chanting fuck Prime the entire time, and it was so much fun. Logan Paul, I believe, hit brass knuckles onto Kevin Owens, or Randy Orton, it was one of the two, and hit, again, a beautiful, his might have been better than Montez, honestly, but a beautiful frog splash onto Kevin Owens or Randy Orton, one of the two, to get the win and retain his United States Championship. I actually enjoyed this match a lot. I thought it was one of the better matches on the show. I would give it 4.25 out of 5 stars. Logan Paul retained. We get to see more of him, and I'm happy about that. Io Sky defending her Women's World Championship against Bayley was truly a gift to Philadelphia. A treasure, if you will. These two cooked on so many levels. It was just great women's wrestling. Io Sky was athletically countering almost all of Bayley's offense, and Bayley, when she goes in there and she works the underdog babyface role, she is one of the absolute best. And we haven't really seen her do that since her time in NXT in 2015, honestly. At least when she was, peak babyface Bayley, I should say. And there was one spot in this match where Bayley went for her finisher, the Rhodes plant, and Io straight up, flipped out of it, and it was just so crazy, and it led into a lariat spot, and I'm like, yo, Stardom, let's go. And then Io Sky hit a German suplex and quite literally bridged out of it, flipped all over top of Bayley, and then hit another one. I'm like, Io is one of the best wrestlers going today. Give her another title at this point. I don't care. Just keep her in the main event. Keep her in the main event. Just don't have her beat Bayley, but keep her in the main event. So I wish it would have been with the belly to belly. She hit her Rose Plant finisher onto Io successfully this time and got the win to become the new women's champion. Bayley finally getting her WrestleMania moments. And I would give this match 4.75 out of 5 stars. Truly one of the best women's matches WWE's produced in years. Now on to one of the more chaotic matches WWE's produced in the last few years. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. This match was a madhouse, but in a fantastically creative way. Just say this. I was not crazy about Night 1's main event, the tag team match. It went on for way too long and largely was just doing a lot of nothing. This match had substance from the very beginning. They were telling a story, and as it progressed, it really built to the moment where Cody's about to win, and then Jimmy comes out. And here comes Jay to save Jimmy, and it's like, oh shit, now here comes Solo Sikoa. Then John Cena comes out, and it's like, oh my god, John Cena's out here. And it's like, okay, what's going to happen next? And then the goddamn Rock comes out, and he goes face to face with John Cena, and it's just like, oh my god, we're seeing The Rock and John Cena once again at WrestleMania, and he gives John Cena the rock bottom, and it's like, bruh, Stone Cold's about to come out now, right? He didn't get Stone Cold, but we got The Undertaker. I mean, when you think WrestleMania, you think of the streaks, so I think it was rather poetic that Undertaker show up in some magnitude at WrestleMania 40. He went out and reappeared, he chokeslammed The Rock, and then he disappeared. Somewhere in the mix, Seth Rollins came in here, did nothing, or got knocked out. And he reemerged to get back into the ring, but Roman Reigns took a steel chair and smacked him in the back. Revenge from when Seth Rollins turned on him in 2014. I believe that was the night after WrestleMania too. Left Cody Rhodes an opening though. He hit the Holy Trinity of Crossroads onto Roman Reigns, got the pin, finally finished the story to become the new WWE Undisputed World Champion. Much as I was betting on it, I was very skeptical. Pulled it off. WWE pulled this off. It was very much Avengers Assemble. It was very much overbooked to hell. But I feel in some ways it kind of needed to be overbooked. The story has been going on for so long and has so many layers to it that these interferences kind of just made everything worth it. And then when you think about it on a grand scale, it kind of says that Cody Rhodes needed like all this help to actually beat Roman Reigns, and he couldn't do it by himself. I'm going to give this match 5 stars. Might be controversial, but it's one of the craziest main events I've ever seen in my entire life. And for that matter, it's legendary. What are your thoughts on the show? Comment down below, let me know.